that the game is still going ahead. We're preparing as of normal, but some of our preparations have been scuppered because Italy were meant to play against Iceland on Friday. So last night's meeting was sort of an overview on Italy and how they played against Iceland. So we had to postpone that. And our individual meeting, which is scheduled for this season on the Italian players, we don't know what team they'll have, because they've another confirmed, 3 more positive cases. Don't know about a minute. So, from our point of view, we're just going to prepare like there's a game tomorrow. From our own point of view, with the 2 lads going with the senior team, look, I'm always sort of with the senior team having 3 games in a window. It's it's a big ask, and you're always expecting that phone call that you need to draft in somebody. So it didn't. It didn't affect me personally at all, because I know that the players that are here at camp at the minute, that they're high quality. They're all diligent individuals who understand how big the game is. So, I've no fears of playing any of the 11 that are here on this camp.
But for the future success of Irish football, this is the best opportunity an under-21s has ever had of qualifying for a major championships. And Stephen will expect to see a lot more of your players over the next while. But was it a question of balancing up a game against Finland versus qualification potential for you?
I think the seniors is it's the biggest show in town. It's the senior team. So for me, if Stephen wants, players from the 21s, that's the way it goes. And I've no qualms with that. And I had an understanding of that before I took the job. The only thing I can say for certain is that there's a lot of quality here. So, I've no fears regards the balance of the team, the structure of the team. We've got capable players of going out and putting on a really good performance. And yeah, you're right. It's an unbelievable opportunity for the 21s to qualify for the first ever finals. But as I said to you already, that we've a good group here.
Best of luck to you. Thank you.
Thanks to me and Tony.
Paul Dollery.
Hi Jim, how are you?
Paul, how are you?
Good, thanks. Good. Obviously, Danny Grant has come in for Neil Ferrugia, but is everyone else available for the game? And have you called in anyone to replace Dara and Jason?
No, not at this late stage. Just when the 2 boys were called in yesterday, said, okay, we're bringing. So because look, Danny was always very close to it. It was just sort of decisions, sure, but just to give us that little bit of firepower going forward, we just said we'll bring in Danny. But again, yeah, look, we've got Conor McCarthy here, Liam Scales, Nathan Collins, Conor Masterson, to can all play, and even Thomas O'Connor has played centre back with his club Southampton at under 23s levels. We're well backed up in that particular area of the pitch.
Just regarding your attacking options, obviously Michael Obafemi looks like he'll have a big part to play in the absence of the likes of Adam and Troy and Aaron. And he kind of made it clear, I think, he was disappointed not to be in the senior squad. But what have you made of him in the build up to this game? Does he look like he's someone who's kind of determined to make the most of the opportunity?
Yeah, Michael's, as I said to you before the camp, I had a long conversation with Michael, and he was great. And he said that he was looking forward to coming into camp, and he was going to give everything. And he's been true to, since the first minute he arrived. Michael's bubbly, and anyway, that's his nature. But when it's come to training sessions, he's very effective, and he's looking forward to the challenge, And I know things haven't been great for him at club level at the minute. He's only played just over 25 minutes with his club Southampton, and okay, senior squad. What an opportunity and platform for him to go and prove himself to the manager at Southampton and to the senior manager to say, yeah, don't forget me in your plans because I can play at this level. We'd had numerous conversations when he was over here, and you know, he's very well focused.
Yeah, just one more from me, Jim, if you don't mind. One attacking player who hasn't made the squad is Anthony Scully. He's getting game time at Lincoln City, who are doing quite well in League One. Is he someone who's in your plans? Was he unlucky to miss out?
Yeah, unlucky to miss out. And I've said to everybody who's been in that provisional squad that we sent out that marginal decisions, and obviously he's one of them. You know, I know all about Anthony, you know, and you know, his chance may come in the next window. Who knows?
Great. Thanks, Jim. Best of luck.
Okay, thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for the live section before we switch to dailies? Anything that you want to use? Yeah, go ahead, Emmett.
Yeah, Jim, how are you? Listen, just ask, what sense have you of where the Italians actually are with all of this? They had 2 positive tests on Friday, 3 yesterday. But then with the senior team here, we lost 4 players as close contacts to the 1 player who tested. What's the extent of the kind of effect of all of this on the squad, the Italian squad that you know of?
You know, I've been told the goalposts seem to move all the time. Where I was told you need to have your 4 hours kick off. Then I was told, I'd say about half an hour ago, that they've got up until to name their squad. So I'm hearing that they could be bringing in their under-20s. I'm also hearing that, look, the 3 were positive. They might have a couple of close contacts. They'll move out of the squad. Brought in. So at the minute, I really don't know, but that's out of our control. What we can control is what we're doing here in camp with regards our training session later on today in the stadium, and our team meetings going forward before the game tomorrow.
Okay, I appreciate, like, yeah, absolutely appreciate that, but you touched on it at the very start that this has been a kind of disruption to your preparations and makes it very hard for you to figure out who you are playing. How do you kind of balance that up, that the Italians on the one hand may well be without some of their best players, but on the other hand they become much more of an unknown quantity?
Well, we've been sifting through our under-20 squad now, and we're piecing together clips of individual players. And they've a few players that have dropped from the under-21 since the defeat to Sweden to the under-20s, who had a tournament this weekend. So, you know, it's I'd like to know, you know, that's part of the challenge here, and we will this evening have some sort of presentation put together on the individual players that we feel that will be playing for Italy if they're going to have their under-20 squad.
Okay, and sorry, can I just clarify, because the sound was very bad. Did you say that there's a possibility that they have until 4 hours before the game to confirm their squad?
No, midnight.
Midnight tonight.
Confirm the squad.
Midnight tonight.
Yeah, that was told about half an hour. So that's true, but you know, okay. we thought it was 24 hours before kickoff that they need to have their squad in.
Okay, and last one, just can I confirm everybody who's out there with you is fit and available?
Yeah, everybody that's here is fit and available. We had, including the staff, we 34 tests. They all came back negative. I think the boys have been, and that's the players with regards to the COVID protocols, you know, and we had to get a flight to Milan.
Yeah.
It's you know, and then we got a bus that took 3 hours to get here to Pisa, you know, so we were delighted yesterday, and it just shows how determined the boys are, because they all kept their social distance, and they all done the necessary protocols to make sure that they don't catch them.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks a
So
million.
we're good.
Good luck with it.
Okay, switch to the daily section. Embargoed for tomorrow. Aidan, do you want to kick off?
Sorry, Jim.
Aidan, how are you?
Good, thanks, Jim. Obviously, you have a job as manager in your staff, but I mean, how are the players with this? Because they would have been, they saw Italy last year. They've seen clips of them on TV. They, the centre halves know who they would have been up against. The strikers knew who they would have been up against, presuming they're playing. How difficult has it been for the players to deal with this? As I know they rely on you and the staff for information, but it's got to be messing with their heads as well that they don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
I've spoken to them all individually, and for me, no matter who Italy put out, this is an opportunity that if we can get 3 points here, we're a step closer to the European finals. So the feedback I've been getting is that they're focused. They want to play a game, whether it's against the under-21 squad that was selected, whether the 20s, they know how big this game is, and whoever Italy put out or decide to put out, the boys will be well up for it, fired up. They've all taken the information that's been given to them, and they know that we have to go give a good performance and get a result.
They're aware of the importance as well. We've spoken to some of them before. They know the history. We've never qualified at this level. I don't think we've ever been this close. Probably even more important now with the seniors missing out. Are they aware of the history, Jim? They know what could be done if we were to qualify for this tournament?
Yeah, look, they're all aware of the history for sure. For me, it's it gives them an opportunity to play against Europe's players. First time we're qualifying for the under-20 tournament. I think reignite people's love for football in the country as well, and for the younger generation, they'll be captivated, watching the finals in March and in the May/June window. So they're all aware of it, and we've been giving the players that bit of information, bite-sized information, if you like, throughout this particular window. So they're all well aware of it, and I get people's concerns of they might be sort of thinking, okay, what team are going to play, and lose focus, but I can assure you they're not. We're on top of them, and they all know the magnitude of the game here.
Thanks, Jim. Best of luck.
Cheers, Aidan. Thank you.
Mark McCadden, want to
go? Hi, Jim. How are you?
Mark, how are you?
All good, thanks. All good. Come here, just when it comes to, I suppose, researching their underage players, their under-20s and so on. Have you spoken to Stephen Kenny? Because he was out at the under-19 European Championships last year and would have watched those players.
Yeah, no, I'm ringing Stephen, I'd say, just before lunchtime today, because it's something that we do with it, that we just connect what we're like every few days just to gather information, and that's something that I'll do with him. But look, we've got staff here that are on right now, with regards to that under-20s team, and even under-19 players that possibly be drafted in.
Excellent. And just on your, I suppose, your own progression up to the top job with the 21s, I mean, what kind of help has Stephen been to you, and how educational has it been working under Stephen prior to him getting the senior job?
I think the year that I was with Stephen was fantastic for myself to see, how Stephen thinks about the game, and the way he prepares teams, his man management style is something that's impressive for me. So look, anybody that I've worked with us, even Paul as well, pick up bits of information and what way they go about things. But Stephen's been a great help for me in that year, and then since I've picked up the job, as I say, we're in close contact every couple of days, and he's, for me, the values he has, I hold in high esteem. He's a really good fella, and I think he's going to be amazing in the senior.
And just finally for me, and just a kind of broader question. I mean, we're all seeing so much disruption at the moment in international football with COVID. Is there a case maybe just for kind of postponing international football for a while to try and wait until things get back to normal, and because it's proven disruptive for so many teams now.
Yeah, I know, and I can only imagine what's going on with the senior campus. Spoke to Stephen yesterday, and it does come as a shock when and then all close contact thing, and it is very disruptive. But I do think people need football, and they need this competition. But I suppose it's if you're going to look at it, in a broader scale, it's safety first. So look, I don't know the answer to that. It's just every day, and I've said it to the staff coming here that every day here is going to be a twist or a turn with regards to this COVID, and it has been, and probably between now and kickoff there might be something else. Who knows? All I know is from our own point of view, the boys have been excellent with regards to all the COVID protocols.
Super. Listen, cheers, Jim. Best of luck.
Brilliant. Thanks, Mark. Thank you.
Philip Quinn. Mike's still off there, Philip.
Okay, unmute.
There we go.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Jim. Hi, just a couple from me, Jim. You played under 21 way back in the day.
Way back. Cheers.
Way back in the day. Yeah, no, I just want to remember. Could you just tell Sellers was a manager? Who were the games against? You got 3 caps. Can you remember any little snapshots about them?
Yeah. I remember, first of all, that was a very proud moment. Standing under the try, something that I'll never. It was an unbelievable feeling. That was against Lafayette in Galway. I played Portugal away. We got beat 3-0. Wasn't so good, but any time I came on, I started against Lafayette in 2 substitute appearances. Proud moment, and I just loved being up with the players. You're representing your country. Morris Sayers was the manager at the time, so it was just in a way it was great to get away from the club side of things, but coming representing your country, it was always a proud time, and yeah.
And just who was in that crop, Jim? Was Gary Breen, those sort of people?
Yeah, Gary Breen, Shay Gibb, Graham Kavanagh, Anto Scully was one of them too. In midfield would have been there was Graham Kavanagh. Alan Moore played too. Yeah. He was a fantastic talent back. I could go on with the players, Philip, if you want me to.
No, that's fine. And my last one is, Jim, whenever I travel, I like to sort of take in a bit of where we are. I know this is corny, but do you get a chance to see the Leaning Tower?
No. Not yet. And look, in all focus here with regards, our own players. We haven't had time yet. We've been training in Pisa's, and I know it's not too far away, but just maybe, we might go Wednesday morning, because our flight isn't until Wednesday. So if everything is successful Tuesday night, we might just take a trip over to the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Grazie, Jim. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Brendan O'Brien.
Hi, Jim. Hope you're well. Mark has basically covered my question on how viable all this is in terms of football. But last week there was a case where an under-19 game between England and Scotland was abandoned after half an hour when a positive test was discovered. Have you braced yourself mentally for the possibility that even after this game starts, something could happen to completely change everything?
No, because I'd be very focused with regards the game starts. My mind's on be thinking that there's still a chance of this being called off. If it happens, it's something that I have to deal with. But at the minute, there's a game going ahead. The only thing that's sort of me and the staff would be, okay, who are they playing? And I've asked the question already to our team operations manager to say, okay, can you find out, is there any close contacts with that under-21 team? Who are they? Are they going to be missing the game? Are they going to bring in their under-20 squad? And I was told that it's got to be 24 hours before kickoff, and then just about a half an hour ago I was told, well, it's midnight tonight. So that's the only thing where, okay, but we still have to deal with it and get on with it. But we're still focused on the task.
Can I ask you something a little bit different then? Yesterday there was Stephen, coincidentally, without knowing it, named a starting 11 that was all born in the island of Ireland for the first time in nearly 50 years. In your time, there was also guys from 6 different counties in some areas which wouldn't traditionally be, bulk suppliers to Irish teams. Have you seen that progression of a greater spread of guys coming from places around the county in your time, around the country in your time with the underage setups?
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think, there's a lot of good coaches there around the country that are developing these players, a lot of good clubs developing these players from all around the country. It's funny, I was asked a question by Philip with regards to my own experience with the 21s, and there was a lot of Dublin-based in that in that time, but geographically there is that spread now, and it just shows that pull from grassroots coaches into players, and there is a lot of talent across our entire country, and I do think the whole National League will help, because again you've got some really good players, working with coaches. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect yet, but I think it's a working. But I do think it's a big help.
That's great, Jim. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thanks, me and Brendan. Thank you.
Okay, finish with John Fallon.
Jim, how are you doing?
John, how are you?
Good, thanks. Good. Jim, just on the COVID cases in the Italian camp, obviously we know the previous 4. Do you know at this stage who the new 3 are?
No. Again, we've asked, nothing's come back yet. So, and it's not only the 3 positive cases. You're looking for contacts for our own senior team. Was how many 4 close contacts after that? So it'd be interesting to see both how many close contacts and who those players are.
So this list that's submitted at midnight, do you know how many's on that? Is there a maximum?
I don't know. I can imagine it's still, the max we are allowed, which 23 players or so. I think minimum we're talking, a squad of 14. If you've got 14 players, you're able to play the game. So, and that's where I'm at the minute with this. So it's something new to me, and something, if you're going to ask about somebody's learnings at international football and this new normal, that's something that I've taken on.
It's sort of where I'm getting at with that question is, like, could Italy being Italy, could they include some of those players who aren't going to play on that list, on a long list?
Sorry, John. What, like, you mean?
Could they still include a list of some of the lads who won't be playing on their list that they submit? Right?
I suppose they could, couldn't they? You know, are you talking about throwing in a curveball?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Technically, UEFA they'd have to show their test results to UEFA. So when you get to the ground, so we'll have to do the same as well. So when you arrive to the ground, you'll have to show your test results.
Okay, but that's tomorrow at 2 o'clock. On the list tonight, there could be dummy players on it. Is that, like, in terms of your preparation, would you not fully know until you get to the ground tomorrow who they have available?
Possibly, but we've got to chase up now, you know, as best we can. We've got our team operations manager is working closely with people from UEFA to find out, look, can we get some sort of squad from Italy on paper, you know, and whether they come across or not, I don't know. But my last information that I've been given on it was midnight, you know. So if it's midnight, you know, it then becomes, you know, who we going to be playing against, you know. So it could be a whole different list of players that possibly we haven't even picked up with the under-20s, under-18s, because they've got such a big pool of players here, you know. So it's just one of those things. But, you know, on the other side of that, you know, how much work would their head coach do to players, you know? So it'd be a big disadvantage for them too, you know.
Okay, and finally, do you know whether they'll have any fans in the ground tomorrow?
No. I was just, again, half an hour ago when I sat down with our team operations manager, he said no. To his knowledge right now, there won't be fans at the game.
Yeah, I presume you take that as an advantage then.
Yeah, but again, you look at a bit of atmosphere too, you know, but you know, it didn't really bother me, John, you know, so, and that's from me, player, but look, it is what it is. The players are all used to playing now in this new normal without fans there, so we'll be okay.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Best of luck.
Okay, Jim.
Take care.
Thanks very much, Jim, for all that. Best of luck.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay.
Thanks, Jim.
See you.
Best of luck, lads.
Yeah, prego.